Hey everybody, welcome back to All About April. Today's episode is going to be focused on a book review. I know that I have somewhat neglected the book review realm, but your girl is back. I have read quite a few new to me authors, and I have had a great summer of reading. But one of these authors, I hopped into her book series and I just could not put it down. The Part of Your World series by Abby Jimenez, definitely that girl, okay? And Part of Your World book 1, Yours Truly book 2, and Just for the Summer book 3, which recently came out, all phenomenal. But I'm gonna be honest and tell you, my favorite book in the Part of Your World series is going to be Yours Truly. This story covers Briana and Jacob's story. Now, they are both medical doctors in Minnesota, but Briana is going through a very devastating divorce. She's recently found out that her husband and her bestie have been messing around for years. Plural, years, okay? And so she has to restart her life. But in the process, her best friend also gets married, and her best friend somewhat moves away, not too far away from Briana. But Briana is vying for this position, the chief of, if I'm not mistaken, emergency medicine. At the same time, Jacob has also ended a long-term relationship with his girlfriend. So he and Briana are going to be working at the same hospital. And people think that Jacob wants the same position, this chief position that Briana is vying for. Everyone at the hospital loves Briana. Within the first few pages of the book, they're calling Jacob Dr. Death because so many people have died under his watch at the hospital on his first day. And none of this is his fault. It's literally been tragic things that there was nothing he could do to be able to save these people. So Brianna's kind of mean to him in the beginning because she thinks that he is her competition. And Jacob decides to even the playing field and try to eliminate all of that by writing her a letter. Yes, he wrote her a letter. Y'all, he has the stationery and the pens that goes along with it. And it was just beautiful to see the intention behind what he did. And even she was shocked, like, he has stationery, he has this, but he's writing letters. So for those of you who are like, do men still write letters? Do men still take women out on dates? Yes. He just don't like you enough to do it, sis. I'm sorry to tell you. It's you, it's not him. But I thought that it was just so beautiful. Not just the fact that he was writing the letters, but what he was writing in the letters. Another thing to note about Jacob is that he's a very anxious person. So he needs people to confirm him or to affirm him in many ways. And so there are times when he does feel insecure or he's very hesitant in how he moves. And I love and appreciate the fact that Briana senses that, and rather than criticize him or ghost him or run away from him, she affirms him. Like, let me take a picture of this driveway because this is gonna make him feel comfortable knowing where he's coming from, or let me send him a text message just so that he's aware of what's gonna happen. And a lot of people don't have the patience or the awareness to be able to do those things. But I really, really love the fact that Abby wrote a man like this in the book, but also showed us that despite these levels of anxieties that people have, someone will love you and affirm you as you are. So as the book takes off, you get to see this friendship develop between Jacob and Briana. In the meantime, Briana's brother has a devastating case of like a kidney disease, and he needs a kidney transplant. Jacob decides to do the transplant for him, but he doesn't want anybody to know because he's doing this on his own free will. Now I ain't gonna tell you why, because I want you to read the book. So Jacob ultimately decides to do this, goes through the process, etc., etc. But Jacob also needs something from Briana, and that is his sister, if I'm not mistaken, is getting married. And so he wants to fake date with Briana. Now, if y'all know me, fake dating is one of my tropes. Fake dating, fake marriage, friends to lovers. I love it way too much. And so Briana agrees to it. And this is how you see this friendship / relationship just continue to develop. Towards the end of the book, you can see some not end of the book, but as the book continues, there are some miscommunications that happen. And Jacob does something that just completely transforms their relationship. And y'all, when he does this one thing, I was completely just smitten. Do not start reading this book without some Kleenex next to you. I will tell you that much, because we already know that Jacob is a great writer, but when he gives her his journal to read, you are completely mesmerized by his true feelings for Briana. And I sobbed reading it, because I just felt that it was so beautiful for someone to be that honest with himself, for someone to be emotionally regulated and also mature, and to be open and honest enough to be able to do it. This was a beautiful story. Now, what I've learned in reading Abby's books, I'm almost done with all of her books, by the way, is that she's gonna address some mental health in her books. She's going to address some family issues in her books. And she's also going to allow you to see some work-life balance between people in her books. And all three of them are really, really important, because they are integral parts of our lives. But to have a moment where you have a man completely immerse himself into a woman, and a woman reciprocate that, despite what they've gone through in the past with their relationships, them both working demanding jobs, I just could not get enough of this book, which is why I feel that yours truly was just perfectly named, because they belonged with each other. And for people like me who are quirky, who may be a bit anxious, I do think it was great to be able to read that there is someone out there who is going to love you as you are, but also someone who will affirm you as needed. You don't have to change who you are or be outside of yourself to feel like you need to be accepted. And I really, really appreciate Abby for this. Like, I'm gonna read this book again. That's how much I loved it. It is definitely one of my favorite reads of 2024. And I'm just so proud. You can see I tabbed it up. I'm so proud that I was able to read this, and I actually had the time to just immerse myself with it over the summer. So if you've heard of Abby Jimenez, let me know. What did you think about yours truly? And if you have read the Part of Your World series, what was your favorite book in the series? Was it book 1, Part of Your World, book 2, yours truly, or was it book 3, Just for the Summer? And I will tell you, Justin in Just for the Summer was amazing too. So was the guy in book 1. All three of them were. But there were just little things, tidbits that mattered to me in relation to those books that I just could not get away from. So cannot wait to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I can't wait to share with you the next book that I will be reviewing. Bye, y'all.